What's up, everybody, and welcome to Podcast 19, where if you play Guitar Hero till your hand bleeds, you're a fucking idiot. Mike's shaking up some G Fuel over there. I'm about to pop some out the fridge here. What are you rocking right now? Get ready for 45 minutes of this.
I got peach, I almost said peach lemonade.
Pizza?
Peach iced tea.
Okay, so peach iced tea. Sean, what do we make you? Or,
Pineapple blood orange.
Pineapple blah. Blue raspberry grape lemonade.
That's too much.
It's amazing.
That's too much.
It's full scoops for each one.
That's too much.
It's amazing.
That's just a...
Get ready for the Life is Strange stream tomorrow.
That's just paste at this point.
Yes.
See, blood orange is hard to mix stuff with because it's such a strong flavor.
I put in, like, the slightest amount in that.
Like, you have to be like... Boop.
It's really good.
Like a single grain.
So minus the jacking off and any racist shit we might say during this one, because we have a hard time getting away from race, even subliminally. This
Watermelon.
This
I love how I just derail him instantly.
This is done. This podcast goes out to R. Lee Emery, or Ermy.
R. Lee Ermy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he died.
That's disappointing.
This is my rifle. That guy. Yeah. Rest in peace.
I liked his actual army show that he did, where it's just like, oh man, this tank's really cool. Let's murder like 5 million watermelons in a minute.
My favorite thing they did was saving Silverman.
Oh, it was so good.
As the coach? Oh yeah, I'm just using this used candy bowl as fucking footrest. Raymore Flanagan. What are you, a fucking idiot? There, we
That's
said
such a weird sponsorship, because it's like, is Raymore Flanagan the idiot? Are you the idiot for not getting Raymore Flanagan?
I don't know why they paid
or
us
are
to say
you
that.
the idiot for buying Raymore and Flanagan?
Your camera's like going wacky.
Dude, what the fuck? I just saw that. It looked like someone took a picture of us.
Whatever, okay, this is the glitchy...
Were you hacked?
This is the glitchy bottom camera podcast.
There might be something going on with the extender. Are we going through 2 different extenders right now? I think we are.
Yeah.
Let's not do that.
Wait, no. You're only going through one for... You need that. There's only one. Oh, you kept yours on?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I don't know. If you unplug that might get fucked up.
Well, we're getting random flashes of light.
Almost fell into a bucket. We're not going to talk about that.
Fell into a bucket.
We'll pop it out. Find out what happens.
Yeah.
We'll just splice it together.
And freeze frame.
Wait, is that both? Oh, I just froze, and it... Like, I actually looked pretty frozen. I'm not, though.
Let it go.
I'm just still standing here.
Now you'll probably have to deactivate and reactivate it.
Alright, so what we're going to do... phase 2.
16 by 9!
You get the 16:9 template that I used.
Or actually 17 by 10.
Deactivate. Activate. Hey, there we go. Okay, cool. What a professional podcasting group we are, and now you're out of focus.
Yeah! Turn off autofocus. Autofocus is probably like being all cocky anyways.
Yeah.
Being all cockney.
I like it like this. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Yep.
Are you gonna die there? Like you're just like my heart. Oh, my kidneys are shutting down.
Here comes the lead. G Fuel, please sponsor us so I can actually just die of lead already.
Like you go to the doctor and it's like you're like I'm in so much pain. It's like, well, it looks like you actually have like a kidney stone or something. You're gonna have to pass that. You pass it's a solid chunk of lead.
Christ.
Like lead ball bearings.
Yeah.
Ding.
And that's when Mike found his superpower. He became BB Boy.
No, mine's Explosion.
I forget what mine was.
You were the wood. You were the guy who, like, just made dudes' dicks hard.
So we came up with this idea for, like, a really shitty
People have
X-Men.
explained this to me at least
we
25
Have
and a
we?
half times.
We can't say the villain's name because it's so bad, but I remember we had Ice Explosion, the Wood, and Shit Talker.
Shit talker.
See, Shit Talker's good because that could be like a JoJo villain.
But Shit Talker just shit out his mouth. That was his superpower. Just shits out his mouth.
Shit comes out of his mouth.
See, JoJo's villain
What
just
are
makes
you
shit come
doing?
out of other people's mouths. And the way you would defeat him would be going, I like shit coming out of my mouth, do it more. He'd go, ah! Yeah, that's how JoJo works. You never actually defeat the villain.
Sean's superpower was the control over boners, but it's like you can like make them hard and then like twist them till they like rip off.
Basically.
Like shit.
What?
So they like bleed out of their dick holes.
Right.
Mine was the
It was
only...
like, I just give people boners.
Mine was like the only useful one. I would be able to make people's eyes explode. But the best part was like the sub-story where it was like, hey, I can make people's eyes explode, but I have really shitty names for myself and nobody could like come up to it. And then the villain right at the end of like the whole thing that we were going to do was like, damn you, Eye Explosion. And then I just fucking get killed by some random fucking thing.
Explosion.
Explosion. Because what was it? Ballbuster? It was like...
Something like that.
There was Ballbuster. There was like Cornea Rupture. There was so many stupid ones. I had like 3 pages in a notebook, front and back, filled up with eye puns. Oh my god.
I am out of here.
What's great is even if you walked over there...
What's
you
your
just
shitty
walk past
superpower?
you.
I'm mildly luckier than the average person.
Come on, 7! Fuck!
No, it'd be like...
It's still
No,
like
this is literally what it is. It's like, I won the lottery! I got 35 cents!
I won the lottery.
Huh.
You've never lost a $1 scratcher. Every scratcher you play is a $1 winner.
Dirty,
Which it only means that you get back what you spent on it.
Dirty Harry style. Are you feeling lucky, punk? 'Cause I'm pretty fucking lucky. You might want to shoot me, but there's a 0.5% chance that I won't get hit. What? There's a 0.5% chance that I won't actually get hit. Fuck!
Fuck!
No, it's like, oh, God. It's like, the doctor sits down, it's like, alright, I got some bad news for you. You've got cancer. Son of a bitch. We can cure it, though. Alright!
Do I need a second opinion?
Maybe.
Probably. Is it gonna be good? Yes.
So,
Just shitty, like, convenient plot lines.
no, it's like, your dick has cancer. How does that even... But it's now ribbed for her pleasure because of it. Alright.
And it's self-curing. Wait, what?
What?
The fuck?
It's cured by your own semen.
Well, my question is why...
I really want to film this now. Like, every time we talk about this, I want to film it, but we have to change the villain because we would literally get death threats for the villain.
I know. The problem... Well, also, like... It would probably be a relatively high-budget one, too, because, like, you need to kind of have costumes, and it's just... Like, it's a big production.
I mean, the pilot
The
episode,
second you start going into superpowers anything, it's kind of a higher valued production.
Except my superpower.
Yeah.
Because I'm mildly more lucky.
the pilot episode would be easy for the most part for the 3 characters because it's all occurs in the same bathroom. But
The same bathroom.
yeah, don't you remember what happened?
How would I get my superpower then?
Do we have an origin? Like, how we got the
So the
powers?
origin story was I don't know why we're even talking about this at this point, but
Right.
Why not?
The origin story was
So
somebody
somebody can
eats
steal an ideal and actually do it.
yeah, whatever.
Oh, it's like a tuna sandwich
just
or something,
tag
right?
me. Just no. That was the AIDS one.
No,
That was how we
right. No,
we
AIDS
gave
sandwich.
AIDS.
Right, AIDS sandwich. No, I knew that one.
Sandwich. We need to make that one.
I thought we did do AIDS sandwich.
No, because
So when are we doing Wilkes-Barre Super Base?
What?
And when are we doing How's the Water?
Oh, dude, I want to do How's the Water so bad. I still have it written down. Like, what do you call it? Like all the concepts and shit that we were talking about. But no, the origin story was like somebody eats like something toxic, and then they shit it out. That was Dean. He then has the ability to shit through his mouth because it's like this like toxic waste chemical thing.
Right.
But like some of the poo from his hand that when he's wiping gets on the what do you call it, on the toilet paper. Then you go in, you're jacking off, you grab the toilet paper to finish, and it gets on you. But right as you're about to, like, you're grabbing the toilet paper to prep, and then right as you're going, I'm, like, opening the door, and you're like, oh! And you're like, oh, my eyes!
Gotcha. I came on your face.
Then, for some reason, the eyes explode.
Right.
No, my origin story...
You know what's weird? I probably have that in this notebook. Hold on.
So my origin story of that could just be, like, I'm standing in front of him, and I'm just like...
You missed my
and I'm
load.
like...
What?
I feel something, I'm like, oh, what was that? And as I do that, it, like, zooms right past me and hits him.
What did you find?
Cameron stories?
Cameron?
Yeah, Cameron. Hey, is that Ben Franklin? That's a reference that literally no one will get.
I want to shave one armpit to see what it's like, you know? Just to see if I want to do both. This is fucking Cameron. I quote him all the time. I have, like, stories written that he tells me because they're so fucking funny.
Who's Cameron?
He's a random, like, 4-year-old from work.
4-year-old?
Yeah.
Who comes into the store?
No, he works there.
Oh.
Yo, I knew a dude who motorboated a fat chick once. Now he's gay. That's the whole fucking story he told me. Oh my god, it's definitely in here.
He's not actually 4. He's like 6.5.
Got it.
We pay him under the table.
Skidmark. His name was Skidmark.
Because he's not tall enough to actually reach the table.
Who was Skidmark?
He nicknamed himself Skidmark.
Cameron?
Dean.
Oh.
I just want to see. A lot of weird shit in here.
Apparently.
This is a great podcast.
Sorry.
Where it's literally just you leafing through your notebook
No,
of
I'm trying
shit.
to find...
Literally your notebook of shit.
I know, but I have the fucking premise for it in here. This.
Are you sure it's in there and not on your iPad?
Sucks. Yeah, it's on here somewhere, but there's like fucking 40 volumes of that. But anyway, we had the whole origin story and everything like that, and it was good. That was a really fucking long one. But anyway, we should film that, and we should film AIDS Sandwich and Where's the Water and all that other shit.
And Wilkes-Barre Super Bass.
I don't know what that is.
Yes, you do.
Wilkes-Barre Super Bass?
He made a goddamn song for it.
We're not talking about that yet. That's an underground one. I already know what the fuck you're talking about, and I'm glad that I caught what it was immediately. Thank you for telling me.
Nobody can know what that is yet. We will be releasing that in time. If you watch this podcast and you're one of the 2 people, get ready to have your fucking minds blown.
Now would be the perfect time to do it.
Yeah, it would. I'll hit up John and Travis and see if they want to produce it. Fun fact, we at Might Be Gaming, even though we're super low budget and shitty, actually know people that do like legit film work, and
Yeah,
we
we
just
tend to.
never take advantage of it.
Speaking of legit film work, I saw the one thing that you guys did in the bar,
Mm-hmm.
and literally the very first scene I see of you is you vaping, and my reaction is, God, what an asshole!
What a piece of shit!
Right.
What fucking dick is this? Yeah, Sean, here, hold on, I'm gonna extend my arm over there.
Teleportation.
Sean and I were recently in a short skit.
Film?
I want to call
thing?
it film. It's 2 minutes and
A short film? That's what a short film is.
It was a 2-minute film with a stripper. That's all you need to know.
Pretentious, hipster, douchebag terminology. It was a short film, but in all reality, it's just a skit. It's just a small YouTube skit.
With a stripper,
13-year-olds make this shit every day, and they're so much better than us.
but not with strippers.
Why can't I be good at this?
Because you know too many strippers.
I'm gonna eat Tide Pods to compensate. For my
Strippers
life.
probably also want to eat Tide Pods.
Strippers
Try
just want you
snorting
to
a
spit in their
condom.
mouth. This stripper cuts herself and does a lot of drugs. She told me.
She cuts herself?
Wow, this is getting dark.
I didn't know that.
Why would you cut yourself when you could just eat Tide Pods?
It's the same
This is
thing.
getting really dark.
Hell yeah! Do we want to talk about the daddy issue one yet?
No.
She told me she had like 400 daddy issues, and
Now that it's out there, I was gonna say just let that one stew.
And then I joined the DDC, and I told her to keep her fucking issues buried like my dad.
Damn.
What, you're not part of the DDC yet?
DDC stands for
Dead Dad Club.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just in case people were wondering.
Dead Dad Club.
There's a newsletter.
There is a newsletter, and
It's
t-shirts.
it's basically the newsletter's Dad's Still Dead.
The Anger and I were supposed to get t-shirts made for it.
The anger. What about the stank?
I don't know if me and the Stank were ever supposed to do anything together. Ever. I don't know why I shit on him every once in a while. I notice that about myself. Like, every once in a while, I'll just throw a comment his way. I think it's just fun. And it'll be fun.
It's
fun,
also
fun.
easy. Like strippers.
It is easy.
Are these people you work with?
Used to.
Used to work with them on multiple levels. Not gay sex, you fucking idiot.
It's probably gay sex.
It might be gay sex. You don't say probably here. You say it might be.
It might be gay sex.
Speaking of the stank, I have to talk to you later about stuff.
Come back.
No.
I come back.
No.
You try and hack the channel.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
Is him and his girlfriend trying to start their own channel called It Might Be Billy?
No.
Oh, Billy's the he's stank.
The skank. Billy's a skank!
Did Billy smell bad?
The Anger wouldn't let him sit on a chair in his house.
Oh, the anger is Logan. Or his girlfriend.
What are you talking about? Why are you name dropping here?
Because
Fucking
you're the one who said Billy!
Dark ass bitch.
You're the one who said Billy!
I said...
You fucking did it!
I said Billy. It's a totally different person, man.
Wait, so then are you
That's
are you
Billy
a
Ocean.
the? Are you a the?
No.
Probably.
I'm a laugh.
Yeah, you are.
I'm laugh. And Salsky's just Salsky. If anything, he'd be like the mute during some of our Let's Plays.
Is Larry
like,
just the weeb?
Quiet, so, like during your plays and stuff.
Larry's
the
the weeb.
weeb. Yeah.
Well, it's like all the games that I have played are like, hey, this is hard. Concentrate now.
Yeah, no, I don't honestly nobody cares. I mean, we're gonna talk to you about it. We already have a meeting planned tomorrow. An intervention.
Am I gonna be on an IDP?
We're gonna be double dosing you on G Fuel.
Fuck. I already do that though. Am I gonna be quad dosing on G Fuel?
Nah, hold on.
I'm scared. He's gonna inject me with G Fuel, isn't he?
So the stank is coming back?
No.
No.
Long story short.
The stank wants a new channel.
No. It has nothing to do with the channel.
Right.
100% nothing to do with the channel. It's, on the 20th, we're...
420?
Yes. We're probably going to try to see Super Troopers 2.
Nice.
I guess since I'm already talking about this, I might as well just tell you it now.
We're gonna double dose. That's G Fuel, by the way. Don't call the cops.
Yeah, I found one of those at work.
Yeah, I found one at work. I found this,
You got the small one.
I found this one at work, and then Salsa found this one. So we made G Fuel dime bags. Cause
wait, the bags were empty?
Yeah.
You want? It was funny. I was walking.
So
past...
what you're telling me is you found random little plastic baggies at work that at that moment didn't have anything in them, but there's no confirmation that things hadn't previously been in them, and so as a result you decided to put your G Fuel in them.
They were clean.
The one I found was in a product box that should not have had it in it.
This
I'm
one
just saying.
used.
So what you're telling me is that someone used a product box to smuggle some
This
substance
one was used
in a small
already.
baggie.
Probably.
This one was used already. I just added. There was already powder in there.
Right.
But no, you weren't back in a home theater. I was walking by, acting like I was grabbing my phone and just dropping it in front of the managers. And then Phil kind of looked at me. I looked at him, and I just ran to the bathroom really quick.
That's amazing.
But see, the thing is, you do that.
Old school.
You do that, and people look at you and go, "That's Prella being fucking Prella." Like, if I did that, people would be like,
"Oh fuck."
Do you have
what
a
the
problem?
fuck is going on?
Do we need to talk? Do you have a problem?
No.
What?
I mean, I've just been sniffing this whole time for no apparent reason.
Can you imagine doing that in front of a customer and just banging out a line of G Fuel? like writing up a fucking order for like a TV or something. Just going through like, hey, what town do you guys live in? Just fucking start sprinkling and shit. Oh, it's a nice community. Give me a second.
Take out your HH credit card.
Oh!
No, you're just casually talking. You're like, so what you really want to take a look at is this model here.
You gotta make it like super like, oh my god, that's good shit. Frederico don't beat himself on me.
Now you gotta be as casual as possible.
So you guys said you live in Wolfsburg?
Wow, way to name drop.
Oh no, we're actually from Scranton. No, we're not. We're from Wolfsburg.
I'd kill myself if I was from Scranton.
Why?
Sorry, Moby.
It's all the same shit.
But anyways,
I think it's time to get into news. Wait, no, go ahead.
I was gonna, like, since I already started talking about it, I might as well just finish it. 420. You want to go see Super Troopers 2? And go to Allentown?
Yep.
Okay.
Why Allentown?
Because there's a restaurant down there called Smash Burger.
Oh, I accidentally sniffed too hard. Something like actually hurts. What the fuck happened?
Wait, did you actually do some of that powder?
No, unless some sprinkled on my fucking
What an idiot!
Like I sniffed in it just immediately. Like fuck.
What a fucking idiot!
I'm gonna go make sad emo trap rap to fucking compensate for my pain.
Pour some water in your nose. Do a snot rocket into a cup, and you'll have more G Fuel.
Yeah, Smash Burger.
Can I just drink it through my nose?
Never heard of it.
Can we drink G Fuel through our nose?
The burgers are okay. The burgers are like the same level as like Five Guys.
Okay.
So they're good, but they're not like amazing.
You're right.
But their French fries
Next level.
are the best goddamn thing I've ever eaten in my entire life.
Wow. Bless you.
I'm dying.
Me too. I still can't breathe out of my left nostril. It's all the cocaine fuel. Cocaine fuel. What?
Almost broke my fucking keyboard there.
News!
I think I'm actually on drugs.
Aren't we all? Because life is a
How
drug.
cynic am I gonna be this week?
Pretty fucking cynic.
Wait till you get to my Bully Hunters fucking segment. E-League to debut its first reality TV show featuring fighting game pros on 420. Nobody will care because everyone's going to see Super Troopers because that's a much better production than this.
The only thing that matters about that is, I don't know if you follow fighting game. In fact, I know you don't.
Where do I put this?
Yes.
Follow what?
Fighting games at all?
It's on my mom.
Like, especially
depends on the fighting
like
game.
More specifically, like Street Fighter.
Yeah, it really depends on the fight.
I'm an MVC kind of guy.
One of the people that's going to be in there is a very famous, or I should say infamous,
This is the guy
fighting tier guy.
Wait.
His name is Low Tier God. He
Is that the
is.
black guy?
Aren't they all?
Oh, true.
He is the biggest unintentional shit poster you will ever see for fighting games.
How's that? Oh, God.
How are you an unintentional shit poster?
Yeah, I'm a little interested in that.
Because people can't tell if he's serious or not.
I like him already.
Yeah. Because he'll say something, and everyone's like, that's a good joke. And he's like, joke? And everyone's like, are you not joking? He's like, ha 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 ha. And everyone's like,
Is he serious? What is?
I fucking love this guy. I need to look up some of his clips.
He's like psychotic.
That's awesome.
It's great.
No, you know who they need? They need that Smash Brothers player that like masturbated all the time to fucking go on that reality show.
That's a thing?
What was his name?
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about, though.
No,
You don't remember the Smash Bros. Player that got...
I don't follow Smash Brothers at all.
So there was a Smash Bros.
It's the worst
player
game ever made.
who got banned from the circuit because he would like masturbate in the hotels of like the places he was at. Somebody like let him stay.
Who
at
doesn't
their house.
jerk it in a hotel?
No, but like in like the public areas.
Oh.
And somebody let him stay over their house for the competition because he couldn't find a hotel out there.
Jerked off on their cat.
He fucking jerked off everywhere.
That's
Like
amazing.
just everywhere.
That's awesome.
On their cat.
And he's banned from the competition because he's just a fucking weird, gross.
That's
Oh.
amazing.
No.
It's hilarious.
It's gonna be interesting because they tried doing like video game reality shit before and it was all terrible. But this is the first time where they're like, This is like legit Street Fighter sponsored kind of stuff. So I don't think it'll be terrible because they won't let it be terrible. And they also have interesting people being on it, so...
Who makes Street Fighter at this point?
Capcom?
Still?
Yeah.
Like, they still got the rights.
Always.
And after all the Monster Hunter monies that they got, they're probably willing to throw money at other stuff and see if it works.
Yeah, maybe.
How long until there's Monster Hunter World's DLC where you can do a Hadouken?
Where?
Oh, you already can.
It really?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You could be Mega Man in that shit.
Well, your cat could be Mega Man. You could do
Yeah.
Hadoukens and Shoryukens.
That's awesome.
And the Shoryuken is actually relatively decent for dealing damage. Like, not great, but it's fun. And after you're done, you actually go into the Street Fighter Ryu pose.
Nice.
What is this going to be on?
TBS, 11 p.m. on 420.
Fuck. It's actually going to be on, like...
Real people TV.
I
Real
thought it was
People
going to be
TV.
streaming, like,
No.
like Hulu shit.
No, Real People TV, TBS, 11 p.m. EST.
Not Real People TV. That's like old TV in this one.
And what's the
Yeah,
event
isn't
called?
old TV at this point?
Oh, fuck,
What's the
man.
event called?
The Challenger. I don't know what I just said, but it
The
fucking
Challenger?
broke this guy.
Challenger. It's just, I don't know. I always think the spacecraft exploding and then just like...
Oh, that poor teacher.
Like, it just, I don't know. That was
Did you
just
hear the
funny.
fucked up thing about that? Is that even after it exploded, apparently none of them died until they hit the water.
That's great.
So they just knew they were gonna die for like a good long time as they just went.
That's fucked up. So it was a mix. I laughed because the Challenger is obviously, you don't want to put that name on a reality show if it's gonna be that. And I also just pictured like challenged people playing fighting games.
Yeah, the fighting game community.
My
Thuggery.
concern is if you've got something as like established as like Evo,
like the Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution.
sure, that's exactly what I meant. Something is like legitimate as Evo, and then you just create a whole new thing just for the reason of putting it on television.
What's Evo?
You're right.
Well,
Evo is the fighting game
this is
conference of like.
Well, this is a reality show just covering them throughout their days, I'm guessing.
kind of.
There's
It's-
no competitive gaming.
No, they are competing, but it's basically just in place of an invitational that already exists.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, remember how like you know how there's UFC?
Sure.
Remember how there was that UFC like reality
That's
show
literally what it is.
Got it. Okay.
That's literally what it is. So it's like, it does kind of matter, but it's not like
Right.
the biggest thing in the world. I just really wish Daigo was in it, because he's like the super nicest Japanese guy ever.
Aren't they all nice by default?
No, but like, it's like, oh,
Not
you're
to
a-
sound super fucking racist.
You're
or
a
anything.
fighting game player. What do you do in your your spare time?
I read the Bible to blind children.
No, he volunteers at nursing homes.
Right.
Oh, what a nice guy.
Yeah, but he's also like the greatest Street Fighter player ever. Are you okay? But I would love to,
Hop the bungee view.
like, I would love all the thuggery to be going on, and he's just sitting there being Daigo.
What?
So I'm all hopped on G Fuel.
Oh, I thought you were just doing a really shitty Mexican accent.
No.
I thought you were like, oh, Banda de Shio.
Yo, I think he might have snorted some of that G Fuel, and I think
that
he
was
might
weird
be fucked up.
Japanese accent.
I don't know, dude. I'm fucking tired.
Next level now.
Anyways,
That guy
Daigo would
sounds
be
awesome. No, the Japanese guy sounded
Yeah.
awesome.
But
Charity is an amazing thing.
he would literally be the guy that would just sit there and, like, they would all be doing all the thuggery stuff that, like, normal fighting game people do.
Oh.
And then they challenge him, he just go, "You dead."
Thank you for calling me punk ass bitch.
That was a good one.
I will take care of your grandfather now.
I had Dino telling me to 1v1 him in fucking Rocket League because he's never played and he said he was gonna beat my ass. But I
Rocket League.
literally just go. I'm like
1v1 shipment snipers only, no flashbangs. Get on my fucking level.
He was what do you call it? He was like trying to talk shit to me though. He's like, yeah, bro, I'll fucking 1v1 you. This game isn't even that fucking hard. Fuck you. And I'm just like, all right. He's like, no, that's where you talk shit. I'm like, oh man, you might win. Who cares? He got so mad. I found out that like, if you just pull like the super nice guy thing, people don't know how to like respond to that.
Man, I'm gonna fuck you up so bad. I'm really looking forward to seeing how well you play.
Yeah.
Like I can't
I'm
do
really
it.
looking forward to seeing how good you fuck me.
I'm looking forward to it.
if you win, maybe I'll get it next time. I don't know.
Hey,
it's a fair
hey, bud.
game.
How about this? You win. I got lunch next week.
How about this?
Foaming at the mouth.
How about this? I got lunch regardless. Today.
What do you like from Taco Bell?
Whoa, because he's Mexican?
Speaking of
Is he?
Taco
I don't
Bell,
know
Yes,
that.
his name is Benio.
you never said his
Yeah,
last
you
name.
never said. I don't.
So,
In all honesty, I wasn't listening. I didn't hear his
if
first
you
name either.
could get unlimited tacos for a year,
I would
Would-
vomit.
would you pay $200 for it? For unlimited tacos for a year.
From anywhere?
From Taco Bell,
From Taco Bell.
and it's just tacos.
Just tacos.
I
Doesn't matter
can't
if it's soft shell, hard shell, but just
But
tacos.
I can't. It's not cheesy gordita crunches.
I wouldn't do it. I don't spend $200 at Taco Bell the way it is, so for me to spend excess wouldn't make sense.
So here's
But
$200
think of
bucks.
how much money you could save
So
by
wait,
replacing
here's-
one meal a day with tacos.
Here's $200.
Fat I would be.
No, you just shit it all out, though.
It's true. It's not there long enough to put on any weight.
It's fair.
So
It's a
here's
fair
$200
point.
bucks up front
Yeah.
for the next year. You
Yep.
said it was a year, right?
A year.
I walk into Taco Bell, show them the card,
Yep.
and they're like,
I want
"How many
50
you want?"
tacos.
Yep.
I want 100 of them shits.
You have 100 tacos.
I would do it in a fucking heartbeat. Fucking heartbeat.
Because how great would it be just to walk into Taco Bell and be like, I want 500 tacos, and they're like, oh god, no. And they make all 500 tacos, and you go, okay, and you just throw them out.
No, I'd
I think
fucking
it'd
eat
be
them.
great if you can get a bunch of people to buy it with you, so you can just constantly bring in like taco buffets.
Yeah.
That'd be so
Right.
in that aspect. But the thing is, you could always you could spend the $200 and be like, "Yo, I'm going to Taco Bell. I can only get tacos. Weird situation. Do you want tacos? They're $10 for 10." Yeah,
Oh, yeah, make your money back
just
and
make
fucking
your money
do
back. Yeah, I would do it.
Well, it's $10 for 12. They're like 80 cents a taco.
Okay, so then we'll do it that way.
Yeah.
Who fucking cares? But then you'll just make your money back.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. Why are we talking about this? What
Everyone-
what happened?
Everyone that... Well, you mentioned something about Taco Bell because he's racist.
I'm not arguing that. He is.
Yeah. and that's why I asked about that, because every single person I've talked to, I'm like, would you do the $200 for unlimited tacos for a year? And everyone's like, God, no, why would I do that? But I'm like, but it's unlimited tacos, and everyone's like,
I just love Taco
now
Bell
that
much.
you think about it, I would do that.
I
Taco Bell, get on this shit.
24/7 taco support.
Did you like huff cat hair?
I mean, that's all your house is. Everything in this
I can
house is
feel
made
my
out of cat hair.
eyes like getting big. Vampire Story trailer is not complete shit. That's what you sent me.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's and I think we're far enough from like the whole like Twilight thing that vampires can be actually in a game and people won't just groan and roll their eyes at it.
Thank
But it's
God.
but it's based in like 1918 after like the Great War, and you're a character who recently gets turned to a vampire, and the whole thing is you go back to England and you're like, I need to stop this. This sucks. All I want to do is kill people that I literally fought to protect. I need to stop vampires, but I also need to murder people so I don't die in the meantime.
Weird.
And it's an interesting looking story. We'll see how well it's implemented, but it looks neat, is the
Alright.
best way I could put it.
So check out the Vampire Story trailer. Give your thoughts down in the comments below. Let's hit that like button.
Smash that like button.
Smash that
Turn
fucking
on those
like button.
notifications.
400 likes. I will ride this fucking skateboard off a parking garage 9th floor.
I was expecting
Fuck
you
you.
to grab that skateboard, turn it
Machine.
right, and just throw it at the
Whatever. I just buy that other open body monitor.
by
And
accident.
speaking of which, we're announcing the winner for our
Tonight?
the thing tomorrow.
Borrow?
Yep.
Nobody won. It was me. I got a free game.
You're buying somebody a free game.
Yeah.
What game?
Or Amazon gift
Assassin's Creed
card.
Origins.
Is the deadline cut off, or do they have till tonight?
Tonight would be the last night.
What do you have to do?
There you go.
Subscribe and comment on our video.
I mean, how do you pick?
It's going to randomly choose on
It's
one
a
of
random
the
generator.
comments.
Oh, so what are the chances that? I mean, my chances are great. I mean, what?
They're pretty good. It's there's only
There's
like
only
100.
three-
There's
there's
only
only
like
three-
200 comments.
Oh, that's way more than I expected.
Yeah, no.
Like,
we get
Me
it.
and two other people.
I got a 33% chance, guys. God, my allergies are just fucking me up right now. Shadow of War is getting rid of ALLERGYS.
I'm
Yeah.
super excited about that.
Because they literally, like, big ups on these guys, they literally looked at the game like, yeah, this is actually, like,
Fucked.
ruining what we wanted the game to be.
Who made it?
I'm just gonna randomly, just side note, I'm gonna randomly do that I pretend I know English thing, and just like while like people are talking, like,
That just, when you tell people that you're going to do it, that just ruins it.
I know English. See, now they think I know English.
It's like, is it EA, Ubisoft?
It's not Ubisoft. It might be EA. I forget who makes Shadow War.
Whatever it is, that's like a super awesome
But it's
direction to
It's
be moving
literally the devs just looked at it and went, yeah, this is, like, not what we wanted the game to be. Like, it's actually detrimental to stuff, so...
Oh, finally, somebody has some fucking self-awareness in the gaming world.
And they're like, yeah, we're going to take them out starting May 8th. You're not going to be able to buy any more of their, like, pay-for currency.
And we're gonna give you all of the items.
If you have money left over, you can either buy the chests that they have with that, or if you don't buy it, they're literally going to give you appropriate items in correspondence to how much you have left. And then it just turns straight into just grind if you want stuff.
Interesting. I like that concept.
Wonder how much money they're going to make in the scramble of people buying loot chests.
It wasn't that popular of a game, so probably not much.
No.
So, kind
Like,
of
the people that are still going
Oh,
hard on that game
okay.
is a very small sliver, probably.
G Fuel sponsor us. So, going on to the in-game transactions, we'll call them, because this one's not exactly a loot box or anything like that. April 18th brings back cosmetic microtransactions to Battlefront 2. Yeah. Also, Ewok hunting. Hold
Why
on.
would you hunt Ewoks?
Ewok hunting. I don't know if you're hunting as an Ewok or you're hunting Ewoks. If you're hunting Ewoks, I imagine it's so you can have some furs for Hoth.
But basically, all Ewoks are billies that can't talk.
Yeah, so you harvest their fur.
I don't want to wear
Yeah, but they're
billy fur.
pretty sentient, though.
Yeah, but they can't talk.
So what? So are
They,
dolphins.
no,
You
they just
still
talk
eat
their
them?
language.
Are you saying Billy's not that sentient?
No, I'm saying they are
Dude.
sentient.
Dolphins do too when we put them in tuna cans. Who gives a shit?
Truth.
Welcome to this planet, motherfucker.
I feel like Ewoks are far more sentient than dolphins.
But they're also slow, and they wouldn't be that challenging to hunt. It's basically just Ewok slaughter.
Slow, man. Challenged.
Challengers.
It's a challenge to hunt the challenged monkeys. Ooh.
monkeys.
That was a good clip!
Ooh.
G Fuel sponsor us.
G Fuel, please sponsor us. I know. Hey, you guys sponsored Keemstar. He's racist as shit, so why not?
New G Fuel flavor monkey.
John will not be on the podcast next week.
Watermelon.
They already have that flavor.
You still need to find that clip for me. I still want to see myself smile at that clip.
Yeah, I'll have to find it.
Shenmue 1 and 2 is being released by Sega for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC this year with both Japanese and English voiceovers and a choice for a classic or more modern control scheme. The more modern control scheme is what's got me excited because fuck the original one.
It's just also nice to be able to play it on a console that doesn't just shit the bed.
I hear a lot of shit about this. I have never played, nor do I know anything about what the fuck Shenmue is.
Do you like the Yakuza series?
Sure.
Yakuza?
Would you like the Yakuza series if it wasn't as
Good.
silly with the side quests?
Sure.
Then you'll like Shenmue.
Yeah, you'll love Shenmue.
Because Shenmue is basically like, man, Yakuza's great, but without, like, help this prostitute buy porn for this underage child kind of side quests.
Yeah.
So you're just the cop instead of the criminals.
Pretty much.
Also in Sega news, not too much info, but they're going to release a miniature version of the Mega Drive, like the Mini NES. But the problem is it's still made by the same people that fucked up the Genesis Classic.
Good.
So it's still going to be shitty emulation.
I was going to say, you mean the emulator box that actually runs games worse than every emulator
How
out there
many-
already?
Worse than my fucking PSP rancing
Yeah.
games. What the fuck?
I remember there were so many people that bought those, and then I'm just like, you don't want this. And they're like, no, I do. I'm like, no, you don't.
I remember we told a couple of people.
Yeah.
I was up there telling people, like, this sucks.
Yeah. But it has a slot where I can put the cartridges in it. Cool, do you have them? No!
Yeah.
I don't.
That's the thing. Unless you actually have, like, carts, you're a fucking idiot for buying that.
But then, why do you have carts and not a system?
Exactly.
RetroPie. That's the solution to all.
Very much.
Yeah.
I want to see how much longer he would go with that.
Not very long.
He can't breathe right now.
I can't. Yeah, I'm having trouble like getting breaths in. But A Way Out sold more in 2 weeks than EA thought it would over its entire lifetime. It's a refreshing thought that EA is aware that its games are slowly becoming less and less appealing to a mass market as they add all the signature EA garbage. Wow, I went pretty heavy on that one, huh?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Fuck you, EA.
Is A Way Out not getting good ratings?
It's getting good.
I'm seeing a lot of YouTubers playing it.
It's a full 5 hours.
It's an interesting game, but it's short and doesn't have much replay value.
Right, not only that, but it didn't look good quality. Like, it could have been a 360 game.
It's basically Limbo, where if you ever play Limbo, you're like,
right.
This is really cool. There's lots of cool secrets to find after you play it the first time. But then after that, and you have a little discussion about it, it's like, there's no going back to this. Like, I know how to solve all the puzzles.
Right.
The only reason you would go back to it is, like, to speedrun it.
That is exactly why I only played LA Noire once.
Yeah.
Once I beat LA Noire, it was like...
You know the cases.
Know the cases. I know who the killer... Like, I know all the stuff.
Yeah, we all know it's you.
Wow, spoilers.
Oh, fuck. Trigger warning.
Especially, didn't they just come out with the HD re-release of LA Noire?
Yep. On the Swatch.
Which I kind of want to play because I don't remember a lot of it at this point. Like, it's been so long.
Oh, yeah.
And they improved a lot of it.
Did you and I go to the midnight release of that?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, because I didn't realize it was, like, available that night, and I think you talked me into pre-ordering it, like, that night. Or that day.
Mm.
Yeah, La Noire.
No, you came with me while I pre-ordered it. And you're like, what is LA Noire?
No, I knew what it was, but I fucking forgot it was coming out.
Oh.
I remember seeing the mocap and being really excited about it, and then you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pre-order this. Oh, when's it coming out? Tonight. Fuck! Money.
Right.
Money!
It was a good game.
Here's the one we talked about at work. Fortnite crashed and
Hold on.
Since we don't have Nintendo news of the week.
Fortnite news of the week! Should I do the character at this point for Nintendo news? Fortnite crashed and was down for multiple days. We at IMBG were largely unaffected by the outage because we don't play that shit. PUBG fanboys jumped on the toxicity train and started bashing the game's crash in between waiting for the PUBG servers to actually connect and find a match.
don't you mean Pugbat?
Pugbat. I heard
Puckbat
people
or whatever it is?
fucking talking about that. Like, fuck you.
Puckbat.
Oh, God. Eat a fucking Tide Pod.
Puckbat?
Puckbat is the official, like, PUBG acronym now, because PUBG is apparently too easy to say, so now you have to say Puckbat.
Yeah, PUBG.
Where does the K come from?
Player unknowns.
So here's my problem. That's as soon as the YouTubers fucking came in and started doing that shit, that immediately started blowing up.
What's wrong with PUBG? Like, why did somebody hear PUBG, this has to change?
Yeah, no, they could suck my cock. How about that? Eat a fucking Tide Pod. Drink some fucking bleach.
Wait, how is
you
that
piece of fucking shit?
Wait, how is
you
that the
fucking
official...
piece of shit? I'm not done! You fuck you! Okay, I'm done.
How is that the official acronym now when the mobile game made by
PUBG
the
Mobile.
company is PUBG Mobile? It's a PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds
It's not
mobile.
made by them. It's made by Tencent Games.
Yeah, but it's the
Wow,
officially
way to do
licensed...
your research for this argument, you piece
It is
of
the
shit.
officially licensed
you.
mobile game.
Well, it's the one that PlayerUnknown, wherever
Oh,
the
we
fuck
got a
is...
female on our stream! Give us money!
And you scared her off.
God damn it.
But it's the only one that, like, the actual creator, whatever the fuck his name is like, could be worse. We'll go with that one.
What an asshole.
Well,
yeah.
This is kind of a long one. and I'd like to have some discussion about this one because I think it's a huge issue in the gaming community.
Is it about how terrible Ready Player One is? Just holy fuck.
Alright, go ahead and
movie.
take that one before I do this.
That movie is shit.
You said you found a quote of...
It's literally, like, I already told you what it was. I don't... actually, we might not have been streaming at the time.
I don't think we were.
Or recording at the time. It's literally, like, the same reason why Ready Player One sucks is the same reason why The Big Bang Theory sucks. Because they understand what they need to do, but they don't understand the right way to do it.
So it's like an outsider's look in. It's kind of like...
It's like, they're like, oh, you like the nerd stuff? Do you like, look at the nerd stuff there, or do you see the nerd stuff? Oh, it's so funny! And all the people that aren't in that culture are like, oh, nerds, I like this! I'm totally hip with the nerd stuff. And all, like, people like me just look at it and go, what the fuck are they doing?
I don't want to sound like an asshole when I say this, but it's kind of like Norman at work, where a lot of people like memes, and they like some fucked up memes. And Norman, you know what I'm talking about, will come up to you and be like, hey man, did you see this dank meme?
On Reddit.
Hey man, did you see this new dank meme? And you're
On
like,
Reddit.
dude, this is a thing like 5 years ago. Yes, we've all fucking seen it. You don't fucking do that. You're either in a meme group or you're fucking not. Get the fuck out of here.
2 years from now, he'll be like, have you guys heard of Ugandan Knuckles?
It's just... I love to relate it to meme culture when you get into that, because like so many people will store, like, I believe a lot of people who would watch our channel would store memes on their phone to like a fucking massive extent. I have a feeling that's like kind of our
And
audience.
not even to, like, give them to people, just to have them.
Yeah, I mean, quite literally, I don't think I have porn on here, like, of myself. But, like, it's just... It's all fucking memes. Like, it's all...
I saw a nipple.
Shit. It's all fucking memes. Like, all of it. And my thing is, it's like, I don't store those to show to you. I store them because I have a fucking problem.
Yeah.
It's because I have fucking autism. Holy shit. There's a lot of G Fuel going through my system right now.
Yeah.
I can feel myself getting intense.
Yeah.
God, this shit's great. Sponsor us. I don't know where you're at. There you are.
But, like, Ready Player One, if you strip down, like, all of the references and everything like that, it is the most nothing story ever. And the characters are acted just the worst. Like, you didn't read the book, did you? You didn't read the book, you didn't...
I got about a chapter in before I was like...
I don't know how to read.
So, before I realized I was upside down and backwards, I'm like, this isn't a manga!
So, did you get to the part where he meets Artemis? Okay.
No.
So he meets Artemis, which is like the cool badass girl, and like in
Scott Pilgrim.
in the book, like he takes some time and eventually he's like, "I love you," and she's like, "You don't know who I really am," and that's kind of where it goes. And
it's an online chat form. It's
pretty
a
much
fucking 90-year-old fat dude.
No.
Jag
Well,
off.
that's a joke.
yeah, that's a joke at that.
His friend is like, dude, you can't love her because she's probably a fat 40-year-old guy in his mom's basement.
Oh, I called that joke. That's how basic the movie is?
Pretty much.
Well, that's
Yeah.
also isn't that joke also in the book?
Yeah.
Wow,
Probably.
what a shitty book.
But, like, in the movie, he meets her. She is literally in the movie for, like, what, maybe 3 scenes, if that. Like, there's the race scene, the garage scene, and the nightclub scene. And he goes, I love you.
So
And she goes, you don't know who I really am! Storms out. Meets her in real life through certain ways, not spoiler. And she's like, I'm so horribly deformed, you'll never love my ugly Quasimodo face, because I have kind of a birthmark that's like here. And that's it. It's barely even noticeable. And he's like, I love you no matter what you look like.
Also, I'm a trap. Okay, we're done here.
It's like, oh my god, the characters are terrible, the story is terrible. It tries to follow the 80s movie thing of like, it's a 3-act arc. And literally all of them are the same of, they even like, they literally spell it out for you in the movie where they're like, you have to find the 3 keys. Guess what Act 1 is? You find the first key. Guess what Act 2 is? You find the second key. What are you doing?
Nothing. I just saw a weird wire and I was like, I thought we were gonna become unplugged or something like that.
guess what Act 3 is? You find the third goddamn key. Oh, how does that happen? Spoilers, you're in the game and the bad guys find out where you are in real life. Then you move to a new spot, and then you find the second key and the bad guys find out where you are in real life. Oh, then the third one is you find the key and the bad guys know where you are in real life. It's like, what the actual fuck is this movie?
That's stupid.
And do you know what signposting is in movies?
Is signposting? Is that like advertisement posting?
No, it's basically them going, man, this thing is the super best gun ever that could super destroy anything.
Okay.
Let's lock this away just in case. And you're like, so that's going to be a thing.
Yeah, so foreshadowing, essentially. Signposting, foreshadowing, kind of very similar,
Yeah,
but like
but
forced.
it's not like foreshadowing, it's like, because foreshadowing is more like implied. This is literally them going, this will solve all your problems.
It will. If you're depressed, just get G Fuel.
And then, like, they do it, like, one
Now, do
time
you like the
every
book?
20 minutes. No, the book is garbage, too.
Right.
A lot of people who read the book had like a huge boner for this movie, and I don't think they could see past the end of their own fucking nose to say like, "Hey, this isn't as good" or "This isn't decent." Like, because you'll see a lot of people who haven't read the book are like, "It was mediocre." A lot of people who read the book are like jacking off over it.
It's a solid 6 of a movie. Like, it still looks cool. It's still a Steven Spielberg movie.
See,
But
for me,
I would rather be a 10 or a 0.
See, for me, the thing I enjoyed, because I enjoyed it as a film, I did not read the book. I agree with they are nothing characters with a nothing plot.
He's literally Superman.
It
It's
looks
just a
amazing.
nostalgia reference. Like,
Exactly. It's the novelty of here's a film, a big budget Steven Spielberg film, and Tracer from Overwatch is running around in it, and the Joker and Harley Quinn are there,
It's
and
like, what did I say?
but
It's like,
Deadpool's in the background.
it's like Robot Chicken. It's fucking
Exactly.
It's random references in hopes that something.
and it
Don't
looks
even
dope.
do the nostalgia right. Like, I was telling you about this at work. There's the one scene where it's like, with the Iron Giant, where like from the original movie, I am not a gun. Cut to the movie, shooting giant laser.
My favorite fucking
Like-
pick from the entire thing is literally the both picks right next to each other.
But like the
I gotta
whole
roll
thing,
my nose really quick, so I'm like dying here.
there's a whole scene where the Iron Giant's fighting, he's doing all this cool
Right.
stuff, and he dies. And there's a whole scene where he slowly falls to the ground, and you see his head fall over, and it zooms in, and his eyes kind of flicker out. And it's like, oh, that's supposed to be sad because it's the Iron Giant dying, and
Right.
you're supposed to mean something to you. Then, like, 5 minutes later, he comes back and he's fine, and they use him as a bridge, and then he falls into lava, and as he's dying, he gives the Terminator thumbs up, and you're just like, so, was I supposed to be sad? Because you literally took that moment that was supposed to be sad, and then went, nah, fuck it.
See, I didn't read into this film that deeply. Like, I feel like the reason I went to see it was not because I expected any type of grand plot. It's simply, I think the word that I feel like nobody's using for this film that I feel as though encapsulates perfectly is it's a novelty. It is the novelty of seeing all the shit that you like in the background of a movie that has the most basic plot that there ever was. It is a novel.
Here's my problem with
It
that.
is a Happy Meal toy of a movie.
Shouldn't be a movie just because they go look at all these references that most of the time they don't even do right. Most of the time they fuck up.
But
the
if a lot of
reference they were
people
trying to make.
like it and it's making shit gobble tons of fucking money, then
the first weekend, then it literally cut by half the second weekend.
sure.
Yeah, because the first weekend was just all the
Because-
fanboys of the book.
Because this movie is not made for people like me,
Right.
where I've been in the culture for a while. It's for the people that hit the end of like the 80s,
Yeah.
Right.
grew up, stopped caring about it, and now they see the movie and go, "Oh, I remember that thing. I'm gonna go see that movie because I remember that thing."
Well, so
That
funny
and
enough,
the people who I don't want to talk shit on any specific people because I always
it's
feel
not.
like
It's
pretentious,
not talking shit on them, but that's who this movie
but
is for.
that and the people who like all of a sudden when like Funkos and comics became like a big thing, they're like, "Oh, I'm such a nerd because I read a comic when I was like 5,
Mhm.
and these movies are kind of cool." Like, you've got people, obviously, like us. We've been playing this shit forever, like, for fucking ever. Like, invested our money when we were fucking kids. Got called faggots and nerds when we were, like, growing up because we had, like, video games and, like...
I mean, one of those is true.
I got called both. I got called a fag because I had an FLCL shirt. The one girl at my school, I remember, this is a fantastic one.
Also, you were a closeted Coheed fan?
That didn't matter. But called me a faggot. She's like, such a faggot with those stupid cartoon shirts. I'm like, the fuck is your problem? We were like 16 at the time.
Was this person's initials HZ?
Can you say the name?
Heather Zavorny?
No, she was alright to me.
She did that shit to me in
like
a study hall and then threw a desk at me.
That's pretty funny. No, this girl...
It's one of those desk chair combos.
Yeah.
She picked it up and hulked it at me.
I can't remember the girl's name, but her dad was a cop.
Chelsea, whatever.
Yeah!
She had like the psycho fucking breakdown in like junior, senior year. Chelsea Whitmore.
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to name drop her last name, but
you made me name drop the last chick.
Yeah, but she was alright. She got her ass beat by a big fat girl the one time.
Heather did?
Yeah. This big fat goth girl grabbed her, put her head in a locker, and started slamming.
Jesus Christ.
That's fucking dope.
So here's the way I know about that. I'm walking right next to them, and then all of a sudden I see fucking tank class come in out of nowhere, and then go in on warrior class and fucking grab her, do that. And I'm just standing there like, is anybody gonna stop this? Because I'm a small skater kid. I'm like, if anything, I'm the scout. I'm not going up against tank class here.
That's great.
Yeah, and then the other one was when I was playing my Game Boy Micro, and she said, "Why you're such a fucking loser with your thing?" And I yelled at her. I'm like,
to be fair, it was a Game Boy Micro.
Yeah, but that's what I used to carry, so I could daily carry. Concealed carry. That was mine. But
Pretty sure I still would have also called you a faggot for carrying around
but
a Game Boy Micro.
She didn't call me a faggot. She called me a fucking loser. She's like, "You're such a fucking loser with your video game." I was like, "Nobody fucking cares, you fucking whore." And the teacher was walking in as I yelled that in her face. I still have that detention note somewhere around here. You've read that one.
Yeah, that's super dope.
They quoted it.
So, the thing that back to Ready Player One, the thing that I think is dope about this, and I considered this after the fact, so I went and saw it with Gab and her dad, right?
You go with Dean, I'm surprised.
Because the more I think
I don't know if he went. Did he go?
Oh, yeah, he doesn't come around that much, so I don't know.
I don't even know if he went. I'm not sure. So, we went to see it, and at the end of it, I'm talking, we're in the car driving home, and we're talking about it, and I realized that her dad, 75% of the references mean nothing to him because he didn't play Halo or he didn't play fucking Street Fighter, all that kind of shit. And so
there's a fuck ton of Ryu and Chun-Li in that
oh, dude, tons of it. So the benefit that I'm looking at from this is like, okay, so when they made this film, they're like, we're going to make this movie, Steven Spielberg's going to do it, it's this big fucking production, and it is zoned in at the most current tapped-in generation, right? And so, like you said, people who are like, started adulting in like 1990, this doesn't apply to.
Surface level nerd.
Absolutely,
fandom.
absolutely.
That's the best term I could come up
with. But
with.
modern era surface level.
I would just say surface level in general, because you have some people
but
from that.
That's one of the problems with the movie, that it's so like, here's all these new references that we're trying to get people to come watch the movie for, but it's all about, oh man, I wish we could go back to the 80s.
Sure. Right,
that is like a huge major
It's
theme.
a big contradiction. Well, right. The point I'm making is that, like, I'm hoping that what this means, not necessarily this property, but that moving forward, we're going to see more of cool shit. Like, it goes hand in hand with that Warcraft movie, right? Like, now I don't give a shit about Warcraft at all, but I think it's super dope that a movie got made about a recent video game property that was super popular, right? And I think...
Pacific Rim.
That's not based off of a video game.
What are you talking about?
What video game is that based off of?
Based off Pacific Rim.
Yeah, right.
No, wait, Pacific Rim is based off an anime originally. BioShock was Shape of Water. We already talked about that.
Right. But so I'm hoping that moving forward, like, we're gonna find it more common that, like, pick your favorite fucking game. The likelihood of a movie coming out about that and done well is a likely thing.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Because, like, Monster Hunter is getting a Hollywood movie.
That's pretty dope, actually.
It looks like shit.
That's pretty shitty, actually.
And
Wow, see, this is
I'm super okay with saying it looks like
this
shit.
is the problem though,
because
there's
I
no
would
plot
rather
to Monster
have
Hunter.
nothing.
Monster Hunter doesn't have a plot.
It has a lot of plot.
So here's the problem.
No, it doesn't. Go
Yes, it
kill the thing. That's
Yeah.
it. That's not a story. That's not a narrative.
It literally story drops all the time.
So here's the thing, though. We could reference that out to Rampage, even though it doesn't have a plot. Well, it did actually have a plot. They had a pretty decent plot of why the monsters are what they are and everything like that. Yeah, they're not covering that.
I think that looks like shit. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
that
of
movie
course it
looks
does.
like
According
shit.
to Polygon, though. Oh, two things according to Polygon. Just side note. One, Skyrim definitely might be announced at E3 maybe this year. Also, Rampage...
Skyrim what movie?
The new one. No.
It's the new Elder
fucking
Scrolls.
Oh yeah, that was a super huge disappointment when they're like, yeah, the next Elder Scrolls game we're gonna make is not gonna be a new province, it's gonna be Skyrim 2.
What?
They said that?
Yeah.
Who?
You guys
said
didn't know
that?
about Bethesda. They said the next Elder Scrolls game
It's taking place in Skyrim
Yeah.
again?
They said we're not working on a new province or anything, we're not going anywhere new. It's literally just gonna be Skyrim again because it was so goddamn
Take
popular.
me back to Cyrodiil. I'm down. I loved Oblivion.
I loved Oblivion too. I'm waiting
Or
for
mo-
Sky Oblivion, but
Skyblivion.
I wanted them to go to
Morrowind?
What?
Morrowind?
Down south. What the fuck is that place called where the
Daggerfall?
lizards come from?
Morrowind. Yes, Argonians come from Morrowind.
Then I'm not thinking of the right one.
No, I'm lying. I'm sorry.
So I was
Dark
gonna
elves.
say,
Dark elves
elves
come
do.
from Morrowind.
Because I was a dark elf and I was gonna say.
Is
I
this
read
the nerdiest conversation that ever happened?
No, it starts with an A.
No, you're thinking Argonians, who are the lizard people.
And Argonia is a fucking.
I don't think it's Argonia.
Fuck. What is the? Hold on. We just gotta do a little bit of research here. But instead of fucking going there, like I feel like we could go and actually get to a new fucking area.
Yeah, guess what you're not gonna get?
Why? I've been fucking playing in there forever.
Yeah, but it'll be new Skyrim stuff. It might be super old
Elsewhere
Skyrim.
is one of the ones that a lot of people were hoping for, but where's the other one?
It could be super old Skyrim, or it could be super new Skyrim, but still medieval.
Yeah, Elsewhere is where a lot of people wanted. Elsewhere. Cyrodiil's my favorite, honestly.
I mean, so I believe Skyrim was a better game. I thought the setting for Oblivion was better.
See, I just think everything in Oblivion was better.
It's just a hipster.
I love Skyrim as a whole,
right.
but my thing is with Oblivion, I feel like the quests were a lot
Skyrim
more
mechanics,
fun.
Skyrim refinement and mechanics, but give me a fucking HD remake of Oblivion.
I mean,
that's the solution to the
it's-
problem.
It's the
Oblivion.
same thing with like Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, where like Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3 have better gameplay than Dark Souls 1, but Dark Souls 1 had better story.
Right.
Yeah, they're talking about they might add. It was called Argonia.
Was it?
Was the code name that everyone was calling it. I thought I heard Argonia somewhere.
I didn't. That's not a real land on the map, though, right?
They're thinking because
I mean,
elsewhere
they're called
isn't-
Argonians, so
like
Argonians come from
No, but there's a
Argonia.
map in the lore.
yeah.
I don't think
they're
that's
saying
actually
elsewhere might have like subsections and shit. I think it was. It was
Mm.
something weird like that.
All right, I have to go
Why
buy
the
a Switch so I
fuck
can
is
play
it gonna be
Skyrim
in
again.
Fucking Skyrim again. I've been playing that shit since 2011. The original fucking collector's edition is down there. For fuck's sake, I've been playing it way too long. Why the fuck would I want to go back there again?
I haven't.
Because it'll be different.
How?
Yes.
It won't. Bethesda, come on. Don't be fucking EA. Man, that just bummed me the fuck out.
Oh, did you hear Skyrim Mobile? All of Skyrim
All
on
right,
your
I'm
phone.
going back to Skyrim. You convinced me.
Hey, they're coming out with original GBA carts with Skyrim on them.
Toasters. What the fuck?
You could
Yeah,
play Skyrim on
Ready
your
Player
microwave.
One is shit.
Did they have Dovahkiin in Ready Player One?
Probably. It's
No.
not. One of the problems with Ready Player One is that there's just so much shit on screen at one time.
You can't see it.
You
all.
literally have to go frame by frame and literally
Liter-
scan to try to find
Absolutely.
everything because it's insane.
That is accurate.
Like, I think one of the problems is that people look at it and they focus either too much on look at all the cool shit they added and it blinds them to the rest of the movie, or they go, man, if you took all the other shit out, this movie is terrible. And there has to be some middle there, but either way just makes it mediocre.
I gotcha.
I think it's because they don't like some of the references are good, and then some just they don't do it right. Like there's a whole thing with The Shining in there, which
I actually thought that was dope as fuck.
which they do a really good like representation of The Shining.
Was that
But
in the
it-
book?
No,
I didn't think so.
that's they replaced Blade Runner was originally what they did. Then they replaced that with
Fuck me. Well, I
They
wonder if they
couldn't-
did that because the new Blade Runner just came out.
They couldn't get the rights to Blade Runner.
Oh.
The guy wouldn't give it to him,
Good.
so they replaced it with The Shining.
That's dope.
But the thing is, the way they do The Shining in the movie, if you've never seen that movie, it actively ruins it for you.
Yeah. If you've never seen The Shining, it does ruin.
That's weird.
It's like
The fact that they did it that way is really shitty.
That's stupid. So I guess like the overall theme is just
like if you just want to go see a movie that reminds you of an 80s movie, and that's one of the issues that it's an 80s movie done with new movie stuff and it just doesn't work well that way. If
this
you,
movie's for you. Are you a mediocre nerd with fucking...
like if you just want to go and be like, I just want to see the references, I just want to kind of experience something that looks cool and flashy and had a lot of money pumped into
The
it.
thing that surprised me the
it's a
most...
good
if you're
time.
shallow level.
It's not even that. It's just like if you just want to go see like a cool movie, like it's the same reason I want to go see Pacific Rim. Like I don't give a shit about the story. I just wanted to see giant robots fight giant monsters, and that's what I got.
See, that's a weird thing for me because I'm dependent on story movies really heavily.
And like that's all I wanted, and I got that, and I'm happy with it. A lot of people really don't like Pacific Rim, but I got what I wanted out of it. If you just want like the experience of just watching like the references go by, which is unfortunate because there's sometimes they literally just shove them in your face, and you're like, we get it. You can stop now. Because the first 2/3 of the movie is literally just exposition on, do you remember when this was a thing? Look at this thing, this thing, this thing, this thing. There's literally a point where he opens up a box and goes,
Look at this starship. Look at this starship. Look at this starship. And you're like, we get it. We get it.
That's annoying.
If you just want to see a movie that's cool looking, go see it. If you want something that's coherent,
Another thing, my biggest complaint was that coming out of it, once again, the trailer ruined potentially the coolest scene in the film.
it's also the most predictable movie of all time, so it doesn't really...
Right. No, but if you hadn't seen the trailer,
I didn't watch the trailer for it.
so the Gundam part,
Yeah.
I would not have thought that they were going to do that.
The moment I saw the gauntlet at the beginning, it was like, you become any robot you want for 30 minutes. I'm like, it's gonna be Gundam.
See,
Yeah, it's always Gundam.
Like,
well,
I'm like,
well, no.
what's
See,
the
I
most
was, I
What was he? RX-78?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, what's the most popular
There
giant...
you go, though.
Yeah.
That weird. The fact that I can name a fucking model off the top of my head and know that it's like, oh, what's the most predictable fucking Gundam I can name?
It's not. It's like, at first you go, okay, what is the most popular giant robot that he could turn into that
There you
you
go.
get the most
no.
fans?
See, I would have.
is Gundam.
No, I would have expected it to be like Power Rangers Megazord or some shit.
Ooh.
If I hadn't seen the trailer and I knew
Sean's
it was a
making better
Gundam,
movie.
right? If I hadn't seen the trailer and I was gonna put two and two together there, well, that's the first thing. You didn't know that he had the gauntlet.
I just, like...
That was the thing, is they tell you about the gauntlet in the beginning, and the gauntlet's like, it'll turn you into a robot for a minute, whatever
again,
robot you want.
Signposting.
Right, they signposted that. You didn't know he had the gauntlet until the end, until when he put it on. The whole time he's just kind of sitting there, right?
Yeah.
And so then he jumps out and he turns into the fucking Gundam. If I hadn't seen the trailer...
He fucking ruins the cool transformation by literally yelling, activate form of Gundam!
Right, basically.
And it's like, you need to stop.
Right. So if I hadn't seen the trailer, if they hadn't ruined it in the trailer, and it was going to be like, this is the coolest shit I've ever fucking seen. And I would have expected, even if they did tell you that he had the gauntlet, I'd have been like, he's going to be a fucking Power Ranger Megazord or some shit like that.
See, I had it pegged for Gundam instantly. And then you go, what Gundam is he going to turn into? RX-78 is the Gundam
Right.
that they always go back to, because it
It's
is...
like
It was the
calling
first,
any
it's
robot
the-
giant
right.
robot anime Gundam, when in
Yeah.
fact it's totally separate.
Right.
The
But-
concept of Ava, or whatever the fuck he says there.
I was gonna say they do a really they must have when they got the license for that, there must have been some really strict limitations on what they could and couldn't do, because that is so painstakingly modeled to like the nth degree. Like when he activates it, when Amuro first goes into the Gundam and he sees the control screen pop up, that's literally the first thing that pops up when he activates it, and you're like, that's cool, but fuck, I saw this coming from minute actual 5.
I gotcha. Well,
because signposting is a piece of shit, and there's way too much of it.
so see Ready Player One if you're, like, surface level nerd, or if you just want to see a cool movie.
That was the other thing that I found depressing about it was
Holy
how
fuck,
many.
I'm trying to transition out of this fucking subject.
This is my last
We just
bit.
need to keep shitting on this movie.
No,
It's been, I'm not kidding, 15 minutes. At
Good.
Well, because I didn't hate it, but it wasn't the transcendent
Yeah,
adventure.
we got this 15 minutes ago.
No, but
I don't.
it
hate
made
either.
me think differently of some people. Like you and I both know.
Whoa! They're called basketball. No.
Well, no, you and I know a couple of people who are like, this book is the most important thing that like was ever written.
It's fucking Dean
Travis too.
and Travis, who said it as his fucking background
Right.
before the movie released.
And so, and the general consensus was like, I saw the movie and I'm like, oh, that plot is meh.
It's not.
And then a lot of people are like, well, I mean, the book is different from the movie. I'm like, oh, then they fucked up the book in the movie. And they're like, oh, no, not that part. There's still, like, the story, it's the exact same. It sucks ass to the book, too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh.
why
Then why do
you
people
like this?
why do people like this shit?
Because it's literally just there for the references.
Right.
I hate that, man. I don't like. That would be like me going nuts for like Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts and defending it because Banjo-Kazooie is one of my favorite games of all time. Like, I'm not about to defend it because I've got some rose-colored shades on, and I'm not going to get excited just because that's a thing that they did. It fucking sucked, and I'm willing to
Would you
admit
say
that.
it's a bad movie?
Me,
Yes,
he
yes or
already
no?
said
Okay,
he said a 6 out of 10.
It's a solid like 6 to maybe a 7. But it
Right.
depends on how much you like the flashiness of it.
Right, we shit
Which-
on it a lot, but it
which-
is a 6 or a 7.
Which
isn't
worse than being a 0.
It's shitty for
Because
what it is. Not
a 0 is so bad, it's like Samurai Cop, where it's good.
So it's not good if you like the IPs. It's really decent if you just want to see a like weird movie.
It's a good, just fun movie.
fucking movie.
and it looks amazing.
Yeah,
It looks stunning.
yeah.
Okay.
It's a good movie just to watch, but it's not a good movie in honesty.
And now another thing. No,
Oh, I'm giving it like
yeah, no,
20 solid
I'm
seconds.
done. I'm done.
Final thoughts?
So,
Fucking A! No.
like, the best way for me to
Oh,
get
you
this
actually
point-
have someone that you were fucking with me!
No.
Ah!
The best way to get this across to you is
Imagine if they made, like, a Banjo-Kazooie movie, but the entire thing is, like, voice acted, and it's not like an adventure movie.
We lost him.
Get out of here. I didn't know what you were doing. I heard this movement. So, Banjo-Kazooie, but they did voice acting, and it's not an adventure movie.
And Banjo-Kazooie is voiced by Samuel L. Jackson. That's basically would be the equivalent of that movie.
Motherfucker!
Yeah.
I'm sick of this motherfucking bird on my motherfucking back.
Who would Kazooie be voiced by?
Danny DeVito.
Richard Simmons.
DeVito is pretty good.
Caw, caw! I don't think it was a good Danny DeVito at all.
Not even Danny DeVito does a good Danny DeVito.
Bless you.
Alright, now that we're done shitting on Ready Player One,
Basu.
I must have laid right where my cat lays.
that's like 12.
Should wrap this up before you die.
Oh, we got 2 more big subjects.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you said the next thing you said we were like, we need to actually have discussion on this. And then we had discussion about Ready Player One instead.
Alright, so this is kind of a long one. We can discuss it after.
End it now.
Oh, anyway.
That's gonna be a terrible clip.
Yeah.
Remember the last time we did something like that in a video?
Yeah, to kind of sidetrack, we got a lot of hate because we had Sean commit suicide in a video, and so many people like got on our ass about it, like bad, to the point where I had to make a secondary cut on the video that was public. That literally, when his scene comes up where he's about to commit suicide, for all the people that said they complained about it, I send them this link, and it literally just goes up and it just plays a random clip and says "fuck you" over the thing.
Oh, you mean like all the people that commit suicide in Ready Player One?
Hell yeah. Eat them Tide Pods, kids.
And I'm not joking.
Yeah. Anyway, suicide's never funny. Don't commit suicide. It's kind of funny. If you have ever said there's nothing funny about that, then you should never be able to tell a joke.
It was funny, but then Logan Paul happened.
Wow, you actually kind of just completed my weird reference there by saying a certain name. My weird reference was to an old live stream of ours where I was talking about how I won't joke about sick kids. And like that's
Paul's a pretty sick kid.
Yeah, just a sick kickflip.
Tray flip. God.
Did I tell you that San Filippo kid? I call him Tray Flip because I can't pronounce his last name. I just call him Tray Flip and he responds to me. So
That's great.
yeah, do you remember that when I was just like,
Yeah.
I just don't make fun of sick kids.
Yeah.
If you say I won't make fun of it, you shouldn't ever tell a joke. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Anyway. Well, this actually goes into like suicide and all that shit. Bully Hunters, a group of female CSGO players, have launched a campaign to thwart toxicity in gaming. I get really salty about this. I don't know why, but this is going to be a bad article.
All I heard was female CSGO players. And
I'm already skeptical.
Hold on.
And I am now enwrapped
All
in
three
this
of
story.
them.
Okay.
All three of them.
Largely missing the fact that cancerous players don't really care about the anti-bullying initiative, they pushed forward with a live stream of their actions, which went exactly as expected. The group was quoted with saying, "We're going to infiltrate CSGO and eliminate offenders from the game through the sheer force of our unmatched skill."
Mm-hmm. So you're going to go in and
Hold on.
dominate,
Hold on,
and
you gotta
somehow
give me a
that's going to end
You
bullying.
gotta give me a minute. It's too funny. I might actually...
Die.
Okay. One of the bully hunters, Nadi Casanova, aka Zombie Unicorn, because female, is clipped on her own stream calling her opponents faggots, and then later calling people cunts on Twitter. So one of the anti-bully hunters, who's gonna eliminate players with sheer force, was bullying people.
That's great.
Comment below. This was the plug. Comment below to tell us your own toxic rhetoric about how bad we are. Make sure we don't call the bully hunters. What the fuck is this initiative? Okay. So I'm a huge toxic player. I'm gonna be the first to admit that. Like me and Jake, when we're on Rocket League, like I know you don't like Rocket League, but we are fucking toxic.
I never said I don't like Rocket League.
You don't like me talking about playing Rocket League because you shit all over it.
This is what I do, though.
I hate you.
You could be like, I started playing Monster, I'm like, man, that game fucking sucks.
What was the old one?
I did, and
What was the old thing we used to say to cut subjects? It was like a thing on the channel for a while.
I remember exactly what it is, but I'm not going to tell you.
Can you tell me it after the stream so it doesn't bug me?
Sure.
Okay. Or after the recording. Fuck, that's gonna bother me now so much. I'm trying to think of it.
I will text it to you right now if you promise not to say it.
I will say it once, but I won't stop the
Nope.
subject. Okay, then I won't say it at all. So me and Jake are super toxic players. Super, super toxic players. The problem is, we're not toxic to, bully anybody or anything like that, and we always say GG, we always, do all that. But
you say GGKYS.
no, I don't even do that. It's just one of those things, the second you get into, an anti-bullying campaign, okay, that's one thing, I get it. Once you get into, we're gonna bully the bullies, you're a fucking idiot. When you call yourself the female force of CSGO that's gonna outwit, fuck off. Unless you are on a full pro fucking team, you are not gonna do as well as you think you are.
When you try to bully the bullies, you know who you turn into?
The bully.
Trump.
I hate you.
But you love politics.
I do, but I don't like to talk about them too much on stream. Trump did nothing wrong. No.
You're right. He did nothing at all.
Bush did 9/11. But I don't know. The whole bully hunters.
The bully.
Oh my god, that was pretty funny.
That was bad.
I was saying bully.
I like
hunters
how
campaign.
this whole time you're like, don't look at my face.
Bully
Bully face off camera.
Bully cunters.
Bully hunters. I meant to say bully hunters campaign. But the whole bully hunters campaign is just a fucking. It's a ploy to get attention to your CS:GO team, which is very mediocre. Nobody really fucking cared about it. It's. One, you're using your gender to be a huge fucking front on.
It's giant exploitation.
If you were doing a giant "we're against bullies," you wouldn't make it a female-only thing. You'd make, hey, here's a community of fucking people that are against like the bullying and toxicity.
Yeah.
Then
Why limit yourselves to just
Then you
women?
would have people like me going on like fucking 4chan and poll and like organizing fucking raids on these places.
So, we know someone who likes to play CS:GO.
A lot.
A little bit.
A lot.
Can you imagine how
I
he
don't-
would react to playing with these people?
That's what I mean. Like, oh my god, I can't even imagine some of the shit he would say. But here's the thing, it's like...
We should have saved this topic for when he's here, because I just want to hear him react
I'll bring
to
it up
this.
next week, like, just to see what he has to say. The stream, they did a live stream of it, and it went pretty much as expected. The whole chat was just cancer, and it was great.
How many KFC buckets?
Oh, I don't even remember. Millions. Maybe trillions. Who
I'm
knows?
really hungry. I kind of want KFC, I'm not going to lie.
But the huge thing is, it's like,
Watermelon.
the second you bring in gender into it, you're just being, like, an idiot. The second you are like, we're gonna score on bullies. Like, you'd I'm trying to, like, get the whole situation going. Like, I'm in an online match.
Yeah.
Sean comes in. He's a fucking asshole to me. I call the bully hunters. Who you gonna call? Fuck them. But then they come in and they fucking go hard on you. But what happens if that toxic player is like, yo, I'm like fucking pro status and I just eliminate the bully hunters? Oh, guess what? Your stream gets fucking destroyed. One of the girls on stream actually said something like, this went exactly how we thought it would. Like, it was just cancerous. I don't know. Fucking, it's...
If
Do you think toxicity in gaming is like a big thing?
it's an issue,
Do you think it's an issue, or do you think it's just part of the community? I think it's always going to be there.
I mean, toxicity is something that is rampant in anything.
just
It's a human concept.
just because something is always going to be there doesn't mean it should be acceptable. That's a big misconception.
No, I agree with that. My thing is, it's always going to be there. I think that it's not under the power of the players to take control of those situations. I think it's the power of the companies to take control of those situations.
It's hard for companies to do that, though.
Yeah.
Not even. Do you have the option to mute your opponent? Yes, great.
There you go. You've won. Because you can do that in CS:GO.
But, like,
Great.
Like, personally, when I first started, like, I tried League and Dota. I had a lot of fun with it. Then I started playing Ranked. And I stopped playing League and Dota.
Is that cancer?
Because the community is that toxic.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like, it's always going to be there. It's not acceptable, and it can be an issue.
I feel like it's a liability, like, of if you're going to play online competitive games, I feel like it's almost a liability because it's just the way the community is going to be. And it sucks that it's going to be that way. But it's like, you get in a car. The liability is a drunk driver might smash you, or some old lady
Right.
might fucking run over your foot when you're trying to get in your car. I don't know. Cars are weird, man. But it's one of those weird things, like, you have to, like, deal with those people. And it's just one of those things, like, if you don't want to hear it, I agree with that. It's, oh, can you mute? Yeah, okay.
But it's also, like, it's gotten worse over the years.
Because,
Because, like,
internet.
yeah, but even, like, if you're just talking about, like, last console generation, like, on Xbox, when I would play Call of Duty, which is now, like, considered one of the worst communities ever,
Yeah.
I would be in a public lobby, wouldn't mute my mic, be talking to people, and would actually have fun playing with people. Yeah, you would meet someone every once in a while that's a huge asshole, but that's fine. Now, I just insta-mute everybody. Like, no one even gets a chance.
Well, I also
don't
think
talk
a
to
big
anybody.
part of that is also one's attitude. Like, and that's the way it is with anybody. Like, not to be super cliche, but that, like, sticks and stones bullshit, you know what I mean? Like, people can call me, like, a fruity fag in Overwatch all day. It's not going to bother me. And
Yeah, 'cause it's
and
just a stated fact.
I
And I find it funny, and like I don't mute people. Like it's just like the toxicity. It does not affect me at all, and I think that's the thing. Is like it just doesn't affect people, and so like whether it has evolved or not, like I don't know that there's a threshold to where like what would offend me to be heard over a game in Overwatch or whatever. Like I don't know that anybody could say anything to me because surely based on the forum in which it's being presented to me, I don't take it seriously.
So, like, I agree with the sticks and stones. I think the second you get into, like, doxing and shit, you're the biggest piece of shit in the world.
that's
I
different.
think
One
if
of
there's
those
a
things
gamer-
that literally just exist because of the animosity of the internet.
Yeah. But the whole doxing thing, I believe that if a gamers coalition wanted to do that, like a small community was like, yo, this kid doxed somebody, we're gonna fuck his
Swatting.
life up, I don't give a shit. Like, that's fine. It's like the people who kill, like, animals on 4chan, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
like, people are throwing bricks through their windows 20 minutes
And then
later.
they disappear.
Then they just disappear forever. That was the kid with the cat, like,
Yep.
years ago. Just gone. He's gone.
Good.
That's, yeah.
Fuck 'em.
Kill the kitten, and that kid isn't around any longer.
Good.
Don't fuck with cats. But I agree with that aspect, like, form a coalition for that. I believe this group is a piece of shit.
They're
because
going
just
about
using
it the wrong way.
Yeah, they're going about it for sponsorship.
Yeah.
They're a bunch of pieces of shit. And the fact that one of their members was recently calling people faggots and cunts, like, what the fuck? Like, you obviously don't believe in what you preach. And, like, honestly, I think it's up to the companies who sponsored them to, like, look at those clips and be like,
Did they have sponsorship?
yeah, SteelSeries, fucking CyberPower PC, like, all these places. I think they should have pulled fucking sponsorship immediately.
Makes sense.
I'd be surprised if they didn't.
Yeah. Anything else? Because I have one more announcement. I was just wondering anything else on that. Okay, so the last thing is skeptical but exciting. A new BioShock is reportedly in the works. Shut up. A new BioShock is reportedly in the works, but it is in a very hushed situation at the moment. 2K has a small team.
Yeah, because Infinite fucked it.
Kinda. 2K has a small team codenamed Parkside working on the core aspects of a new IP. Hangar 13, the sister studio right next door, had members jumping at the chance to work on this project, but the Parkside team is staying so committed to their small-sized and small packing unit that a lot of members were turned away. So they're trying to keep a very small core team, and that resonates very much true with Kevin Levine's original design for the team of BioShock, where he wanted to keep it very core. He's always preached about that. And the reason that after Infinite he disbanded the team because he felt like they got too big. Now, there was supposed to be a giant release of some announcement on the 31st of March from them. They never had it. A lot of people were thinking that this small team might be polishing out Borderlands 3 as well, but they can't say. More sources point to a new
So what, the new IP is like a lie?
So there's two things. It's either
The new IP is going to be Border Shock.
Border
holy
Shock.
fuck. It's either
Biolands.
It's either BioShock, Borderlands 3, or a completely new IP. A lot of the signs point to BioShock, some of the signs point to a cleanup team, and the third one is just they're just trying to create hype for a new IP. So there's three different branches here.
Mhm.
Most of it's BioShock, though. So,
Sure.
I'd rather a new IP.
I wouldn't mind a new Boner
Shock.
Boner Shock. I wouldn't mind
We're
a new
Bonerlands.
BioShock. Plus, they already said that BioShock's around to stay, so this could be a huge thing. I don't want them to go back to Rapture or Columbia at all.
Right. Leave that shit
Leave
alone.
that shit in the past. That shit's 2007. It's gone.
Columbia still might have potential, but I think as is like the flying city. If it was like
If they crashed it,
I was gonna say super in the future where it crashed and it's like on the edge of a mountainside
It did.
somewhere.
It did crash.
true noise. Yeah, it did.
Uh,
So if you did post crash where everything's starting to get overgrown and shit like that, that might be interesting.
because that gives a really creepy vibe of because you already had the creepy vibe this is all old timey and it's all
Think about how
kind
destroyed.
of fucked up it was.
Yeah, think about how destroyed Rapture was and how clean Columbia was for the most part. Imagine combining the fucked up part to Columbia, where it's like destroyed 100%, but it's still like there as like a reminder to people that you don't play God, but somebody's trying to resurrect like a copycat for like.
Here's my guess: outer space future.
I think space would ruin that game.
It's
System
it's
Shock.
like
so-
space call. Well,
Yeah.
It's
well,
fucking System Shock.
Yeah.
right, and there's a lot of clamor for wanting System Shock
I mean,
They're
to come
already
back.
doing a remake.
I was gonna say they're already doing a
right.
System
No, I
Shock
understand
game.
that,
Talk about
but that's
last
not
week, Night Dive.
them.
No, it's Night Dive. It's the original team.
I understand that, but they're also going to try to. It wouldn't surprise me if 2K tries to cash in on all that clamor by
really
doing
hope
their
not.
own System Shock.
I really hope not, because I would love to see like a decrepit, I want to play God because these people played God, not have it as the, hey, we're on another split timeline, because that's already blown wide open. We already know about that. I want something that's the post-reality of that. Like, we figured this out. We tore reality. This is fucked. This is now what it is. And you have to, like there's somebody playing God that you are now trying to go against. I think that would be fucking crazy. Now I'm hyping myself up for a game that doesn't exist.
Like
see-
a dude who is there overseeing the lighthouses. Is that what you mean?
No, somebody who saw somebody trying to play God with the city, with Rapture, and is now trying to recreate the God feel. And, like Andrew Ryan.
Comstock.
Yeah. That's the thing. It's like he saw Comstock, then we'll say.
So what you're saying is you want to continue the tradition of
Not you.
there's a man, there's a lighthouse, there's a city. Like that's the whole thing is that there's always a man, there's always a lighthouse, there's always a city.
It's almost like a history repeats itself thing, but they're not there yet. It's like, it's not, you're in the city now. It's, I'm trying to play God. You are now in my attempt to play God, and you are trying to stop it as it's happening. As the city's being built, as the city's progressing,
So
you are trying to bring it.
So you mean the DLC for Infinite?
Not
That's
really.
The DLC. It's literally you're watching Rapture go to shit.
It's not that you're watching Rapture go to shit. Everything already went to shit, and you're trying to prevent it from starting again. Because that's the thing. Like that, I think that would be interesting to be like, say Apocalypse happened here, and it was like some god you saw like somebody trying to play God, and everything went to shit in this planet. You are now seeing that same like type of feel, and it's like, hey, this person's really trying to start this shit up again. We need to stop this. I think that would be interesting.
You should play Far Cry 5.
It doesn't have the same aesthetic that you're looking for. Though.
Because that is kind of
that is
part
what's
of the
happening
plot of Far
in
Cry
Far
5.
Cry
That's
5,
interesting.
but it's
Not the same.
It's not
but
the aesthetic
I like
that you're looking for.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's a very specific set of.
Oh yeah,
That's why I
BioShock
don't
is a
think,
fantastical like it's a
It's
sci-fi thing.
Yeah.
I'll say
Far
that's
Cry
why
is a very
I don't
realistic
think
thing.
it could be futuristic because it's so steampunky that trying to go too far in the future.
BioShock 1 was
Wouldn't
not
work.
steampunky as much as
It had a
Columbia
very,
was.
It had a steam feel.
It
Also.
was pretty steampunky.
no, it really it was exactly what you would expect of architecture and stuff of the 50s.
Yeah, but that's still the vibe though that it gives off is like people who want steampunk.
Yeah, like
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
steampunk is basically you take 50s look stuff and go, now just futurize it a little bit.
See, when I think of steampunk, I think of like that's like Victorian era 16.
So you're thinking of like Dishonored.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
That
put
is
Dishonored
steampunk.
underwater.
Huh?
Put Dishonored underwater. BioShock.
No, not at all.
Hmm.
It's still very realistic
you're wrong.
looking.
But Mike, tell me he's wrong.
You're wrong.
Yeah, you see, you're outvoted by 2 mics. How you gonna do that? I get what both of you are saying on that. But Sean's wrong, so don't matter. Plus he won't be on the podcast next week because he's a super racist. That's all I got. Final thoughts?
Hoorah.
Eat a Tide Pod. Bye.
Watermelon.
You were saying about how you got crabs or something like that?